One Owner Car Guy, oneownercarguy.com, and I'm going to do another wash, wax, buff, clay, stick it all, make it all look good detail video. And this here is a 1980 Mercedes-Benz 300D. And as you can see, at first look, wow, that's been replaced or something. No, don't think so. I think it's just faded in spots, and you can see different spots like this. And that's why it always amazes me as to whether these are clear coated or not. There's a certain year where they switched on everything, and you can see there's some areas here that just aren't going to come out perfect. But this is the car before, and this is what you're dealing with, and you shall see what it comes out like. And this stuff, it's on there, but you're going to be able to buff this down to like a nice surface. You can see where the plate was, it's darker. And it's sat around here for a little while. I haven't been able to get around to it. And if you'll notice, there's one thing a little bit different about this one. In fact, whoever can tell me what it is, gets free cereal marshmallows. Basically, if you're in the United States, you get a huge package. If you're in Sweden or somewhere, you'll get a smaller package, but you'll get something. So whoever tells me what is different on this than a regular 300D that you've seen, well, you the man, or the woman. So that's that. oneownercarguy.com, and we're going to get to cleaning this thing up, and I'll clip some more video together for you, and who knows what we'll see. Beaglespocket.com for all your unique beagles, and if you want to see a detail video, look at my Centurion one that I just did. We did the whole thing on that, Matt, Trent, and me, and it looks great. Thanks for watching. Have a great day or night, whatever it is, wherever you are. One Owner Car Guy, oneownercarguy.com, and this is what you're dealing with before. Don't know how I'm clipping this all together, but trying to get a different little way of doing this for you to where you can see the before and you can see the after. I mean, and this ain't just going to wash off. You can see, but you will get a bit of it off on the wash. It'll look different just after the wash. And some of the paint's going to come off, man. There may be even some bad areas, bare areas. But this is a California car. It's not all rusty. It's clean as can be. And kind of a once around, walk around of the car before we do anything to it. This guy was Aptos N36.5804W121.54.56. Woo! Whatever that is. I think that's some kind of ham radio or something. Well, that is the deal, and that's a poll. One Owner Car Guy, that's your before. And I don't know how I'll clip it all together. Look at how differently colored that fender is, and the doors and everything. And I'll show you up close here. You'll see. Nice. Not nice. And that can even be nicer. I'm going to replace a piece of trim. This is very easy to do. Very cheap to find. And I'll show you and talk to you about all that. Jeez. oneownercarguy.com. Thanks for watching. We'll talk to you. One Owner Car Guy. And it's all sudded up. Actually washed part of the bottom half. And once we get that bad boy started, and just a nice hard wash on this is going to make all the difference in the world. You can already see it makes it more even. And I didn't show the whole wash on this one. If you want to see that, I did a Centurion a while back and we showed the whole wash on. We actually finished up under the hood here and everything. And I'll show you that in a second. And we'll bring back more to you in a minute. Second, minute, you know what I mean. oneownercarguy.com. Right now is what I meant. And when you're doing this stuff, you can see him pushing on that. He's pushing. You want to scrub. I'm on a paint job this old and dry. You'll see some color in your rag. Blue! Yes, sirree on this one. But really push on it and really get it going on everything. Windows, trim. you name it. It's always easiest to put as much into it on every step as you can, because quite simply, it's going to make the next step that much better. So that's the deal, and that's the sides, and that's a little bit of your wash that we'll be showing you. And even this will even this paint out a lot. You'll see when we get to the end here. I'll show you what he's coming up on. And remember, he's really pushing on this. Watch how it blends in a bit right there. Oops, I went too far. That's what she said. And the main thing is keeping it wet too. She said that as well. You can see that kind of blending in a bit there. And the buffing and the claying and different things is where this will really come out. But you can tell that's a whole different look right there. OneOwnerCarGuy.com, and we're gonna blast this off. Might as well show it as we're doing it. Why not? We're showing washing. Might as well show blasting. Really get around your trim on these kind of cars. Blow out all the leaves. Plus it'll tell you if there's any leaks, and if there is, you can kind of address them before you have a leak. Or a bigger leak, I guess you'd say. Well, that's that. Thanks for watching. OneOwnerCarGuy.com, and we'll be right back at you with more waxing or something. One Owner Car Guy, OneOwnerCarGuy.com, here on a engine detail. It's a W123, a 300D, and the diesels do take a little bit extra on the oil and grease and stuff on them. And I'm going to give you a close-up look around of this to where you can see. I mean, obviously some of it's just going to come right off. Bam! Done. Wheel wells are going to turn out nice. But a lot of it's going to take a little bit of extra scrubbing. And there's so many wires and things to keep away from that I'm going to try to show you some of the things to watch out for. About 90% of the people that watch my videos hate a Fram. It's amazing that 90% of people can hate it and 50% of cars have it. It's crazy. It's kind of like a woman. It's like 90% of people have them and 50% of them hate them. You know, I mean, it's just my goodness. Or reverse there for women. It's like having a man, I guess, because you hear the same thing. So I'm not biased in any way. We talk crap about everybody. So now you've seen the entire motor. We've talked a bunch of crap about a lot of different things. You can see there's fresh gasket jizz there. And this also gives me a time to see if there's anything loose, where this oil actually is coming from, if it came from just dumping it in and falling all over. It'll allow me to drive it around a little bit after I get it all cleaned up to where I can actually see what we're working with, how good of a car it is. And that's what you're going through a lot on this. That's what I do, is basically get to drive them around and try them out and make sure that it's a good car. And there's no way to make sure. They're old cars. They're going to go bad. You're going to break this or that, or a power steering pump or that. Only power steering pump, because it's what I was looking at. But I get them as clean as I can, and I love them with a nice hood liner, hood foam insulation like that. This car is ready for detail. Thanks for watching. OneOwnerCarGuy.com, and we're going to hit it off. Okay, first off, go ahead and we're going to wet it down a little, and that's kind of definitely what you want to do on this. Honestly, I'm going to go ahead while he's doing that, I'm going to pull this thing and get it going, and we're going to put some pressure to it. Maybe. No choke on a hot day. Hey, whoa. And that's your relays there. You want to watch stuff like that, for sure. And this one's going to blow around a bit. It's just the way it is. And I don't really... Go ahead and spray it. I don't really cover things up the way a lot of people do. I stay away from the thing, and we've got used to it by making lots of mistakes. Okay, now he's gave it a nice wash down, and I kind of stopped him before he went any farther. The next step you want to do is kind of get your greasy areas as much as you can. Get your greasy areas out of here, okay? And kind of hit up your greasy areas with the power washer. Kind of a tip to be careful of. Don't get around them too much. And Trent knows this because we've all blown holes in them and knocked them off. And you got to be careful. But get that grease loosened up just a little bit, and that really does it to it. And we're going to get a nice method for this going on. We don't have the best method right now, but we're new to filming this kind of stuff. See, I'm almost tripping over my tripod here. Can't be tripping over your tripod. Zoomed in, I'm not as good filming, but I will get better. I'm sorry. Okay, so we've got it all kind of zoned down, cleaned up a little bit, and now the next thing you want to do is get it all degreaser-fied. And just spray the heck out of it, man. Don't breathe it all. Don't breathe it now. Firewalls, everything. And we got brushes and stuff ready to go here. And you're gonna, that's one of the main things, is brushing the heck out of it. And honestly, the better the degreaser you can afford to use is what you should use. The best you can use, always. Don't waste your time with inferior products. And we've messed up our bug sprayer here. And God, get it out, Nathan, get it out. Trent here is going to start scrubbing, and we're going to be about done and quick. This is just a quick one, man. We're just doing it, tuning it. You can be careful of your fuse box, but it's also kind of a sealed unit there, so it's usually okay to be around it. I stay away from them a little bit, but man, that's the deal. Get it all soaked down good and proper, let it set for a little while, and put some scrub into it. Switching hands and everything here is hard, and doing it with a tripod is hard. So I'm just trying a couple different things out, and in the coming weeks, months and stuff, we'll see what works for you. I'm taking someone's brush though, I'll tell you that. Scrub it down too, everything under the hood. Just scrubby, scrubby, scrubby. And sometimes it's nice to start on the fenders because your brush won't be as greasy while you're doing that. And it'll save you spreading grease all over them. People rarely do this to their cars, and honestly, you can take the value of your car up. I don't know, I don't think I'd be exaggerating to say you could possibly take the value of your car up $500 to $1,000, depending on the car. And I want to mention things as I'm going by. Your sensors and everything, this is electronic, man. You rip that stuff off and you got a problem. Well, okay, we're going to go ahead and scrub-a-dub-dub this bin-a-bin-bins a bit, and I'm going to try and... Come on now, Trent. Now, I did a video before, and we didn't show you the secret ingredient until after. This one, I'm just going to pop it on in. And this will literally melt the grease, and don't breathe it, because it is the worst. Don't get it on your paint. Be careful. This is serious here. Serious degreaser and cheap. And you know, I guess you could get easy off. I get the generic kind and works great. I was thinking about it. The easy off might actually be too potent. Yep. So watch that. Woo! Usually I ain't talking while I do that. Talking's harder. I ain't done that in a long time. easy to be careful, but not while you're talking. Medic! Free car! Okay, that summed it up. That got me a little bit loosened up there. There we go. One owner car guy, and time to scrub. Be dub. We'll talk to you. One owner car guy, oneownercarguy.com, and we got the clay bar here, and we're going to show you a little clay bar on a car. Clay bar on a car, that's right. And mainly, what I want to show you is, although this looks clean, and you can clean it out and soap it out, we're going to get our squirting stuff here, and we're going to squirt this down and kind of do a little bit of it to where you can see, basically, our clay bar is not going to be for cars no more. Our clay bar is seen its better days. And this video is going to mainly be about when to replace your clay bar. And you'll also notice, unless they've made some kind of improvement in the past few years since I've been claying cars, but they'll get a lot more pliable and squishy and yucky and just into nothing to where it just kind of dissolves. Look at it dissolve in his hand. Kind of silly putty-ish. More than when they're new. They'll be a lot firmer when they're new. Right, Trent?
Yes.
100%. So no, they haven't came up with any new polymer putty or nothing to put in them to make it stop doing that. So that's one way to tell, is that it'll just start falling apart a lot easier. And the other way is, it's just not doing the job that it used to do. And honestly, it's so cheap. It's $10 for a nice, well, $8 you can get them on Amazon. I'm sure you'll pay some shipping. Buy in bulk, maybe a bit better. You can get some Chinese ones for about $4, $5 a piece, which I'm sure might actually do fine, maybe for a less number of cars. I haven't used them. We usually use a decent clay. But it'll still do a job. It'll still take and make it look a little better. We're going to stop right there to where you can still see the fender. And we're going to wipe this stuff off to where you can see the difference of it with the clay on it and with the clay off of it. And just what the clay does and what the clay doesn't do, I guess you would say. And to make it even a bit more obvious to you, I'm going to have Trent clay this exact piece right there. Just a little square, and he's going to go up that ridge to where you can see that. And at the same time, you'll hit this ridge. So that's what he's doing now. And you're going to see that on this, number one, it's a lot smoother. Like a baby's butt, man. How do I know? I don't have no kids. That's just what people say, dang it! So, that is just stinking nice. Look at there. And that, you can see, still has some discoloration. So it takes out a lot of the discoloration. And the neat thing is, it does it without buffing and swirling in what's on it. Now, we've washed this thing hard. You hear that? Scratch, scratch, scratch versus squeak, squeak, squeak. Now he's clayed and clayed and clayed and clayed. Man, you know, I hire this guy to do stuff around here with me. He's a good guy. He's my friend and stuff. But all he wants to do is play with mud all day and stuff. I just don't know, man. But that is good stuff. He has clayed that very nicely with a crappy clay bar, if that makes any sense to you. Basically, he gave a very nice good with that job with that clay on a car that really, the bar is no good. You can see there ain't no squeak on the return. So very not important, I guess, to do it. You could do it without it, but you can sure see the difference. And before you buff, if you got something like this that's older, you know, not 100%, because it's not really 100% porous, but a lot of it, to me, I think is about kind of finessing the paint back to a more non-dry state. And you're basically, the only way to do it is to peel off enough of it that it gets it that smoothness again. And as you see here, we didn't do this. This is just what it is. That part's not going to have much paint on that little middle part, but it's just going to be that section. Maybe we'll cut a hole in it and put like 5 little pipes sticking out. Hey, man. One owner car guy, oneownercarguy.com. That's the clay bar on the car, and we shall talk to you. Check out my websites, also beaglepockets.com. We'll talk to you. One Owner Car Guy, oneownercarguy.com, and we're going to do some buffing for you today. That's all there is to it. Now remember, I started out and showed you this fender, and this fender is a lot nicer and shinier than the whole rest of the car. So that's the fender, and we'll start off by doing the fender, and then I want to show you into this door where it's just a lot more faded, and it'll kind of give you a good thing to see that half of it. Well, I'm going to talk to a couple people here, get a couple things lined up, and we're going to start buffing. This will be wool pad, and then we'll go for the foam when we're done. These pads are very easy to get at Harbor Freight. I'd get them. Cheap. oneownercarguy.com, and we're going to start buffing. I did a video on wheels. I'll pop a link right there. Get them real clean. oneownercarguy.com. Well, here we go buffing, and we got the boot pad on. Gonna get it all cleaned up, and you know, no matter how long it's been sitting, and you'll notice last time I rubbed it around on the ground a bit because people act like it's the death of everything if it touches some dirt. Leave it on the shelf long enough to get plenty of that on it. We got a piece of trim off here, and honestly, it's a lot easier to paint. Buff without that on it. And you notice here, you could like tape that off if you wanted to. We're gonna start on this fender with the first stage. It's a grittier compound. As you can see, that fender's a lot nicer, I guess, than the paint here. And as he's getting that fender buffed, I'm gonna go ahead and show you the rest of it here. And you can see right here, it's really cool. Discoloration. This is gonna look a lot different. You can see I did a video of this. I'll pop it right there, maybe. Look how nice this is. Look how hydrated this piece is. And you can look and go and be like, wow, oh, wait a minute. Bam! Look at that. This ain't some quick fix. This is redoing, putting some quick armor on it. This is actually changing the way that your stuff looks. Resurfacing. Look how dry this is. Dry, ugly, and crappy. Hang on now. Nice, awesome, and beautiful. And that top coat got to set in just a little bit. It's like a super hydration process. Super hydration process, yes sir. And you can see he's got that. Look at that. It was already pretty goddamn shiny. So, did we get the whole fender or just the top part?
Whole fender.
Whole fender. So now here we go for this door. We're going to do half this door, and I'll let you watch as we do it. I'll kind of try and film from behind. I'm trying to get a good process for this down. And you know, the amount of wax you use. You're going to use more on a drier paint like this, especially when you're first starting out on the job. Let's go from here to there, to where we only do half of it.
Oh, okay.
We're basically taking off the top coat of paint. I can't tell you 100% how it's going to turn out. I don't know why the guy smeared wax all over the whole door where you couldn't see the result. And of course, I'm just giving a little bit of a hard time, but now he's wasting the wax. Jeez, here we go. Okay, check that out. It almost matches beautifully. Really takes and cuts it down a bit. So that's a close-up of that. Now, I want to show you that piece in specific. You see that little corner piece right there? Kind of a different color. So actually a little bit of something in the paint there maybe. And we're going to actually hit that piece up specifically right now with just a quick and stuff. No, I won't do that again. And you're just not going to blend that piece. Now, a lot of the... Yeah, it's a lot better though, I'll tell you that. A lot of the problem with trim is getting the wax down in it. And as you can see, we've gotten pretty good at time at not getting a lot of wax down in your trim. It is inevitable. And it does cost a lot more in time, effort, and money to do the entire thing and tape it off. Now you can see how shiny that is and how unshiny that is. So you go from that to that, and you can definitely feel a difference for sure. So he's gonna come that way and work at us, and I'm gonna show a little bit more of it. Oh, we got him all tied around the telephone pole there. And so that's the deal. Now he's coming this way with it, and that's that. One owner car guy, oneownercarguy.com. You can check out all the awesome cars on there. In fact, there'll be pictures of this one in no time flat. You'll be able to check it out as well. Partscarguide.com. Started that one a while back. And beaglespocket.com. Yep. Awesome miniature beagles. I know, that's pretty cool, ain't it?
I saw come in on this truck, I was like, oh man.
It's supposed to have a little wing on it and stuff.
Oh, okay.
And you can actually jump, it actually will take off.
Really?
Yeah, it's ultra thingy thing for sure.
That's so awesome.
I gotta get a prop. I had somebody start it up with the prop on it and a battery next to it. I don't know
they hit it?
So I need a prop.
The battery fell out.
Oh, it fell out and nailed it?
Oh, shit. What kind of motor is that on there?
Man, I don't know.
That's crazy.
Pretty slick. It's not the. I wouldn't feel really confident in doing it. I got a what's that thing? The hot air balloon too.
Oh, you do?
Yeah. I feel more confident in this than the hot air balloon though. And I figure like it is, even without the wing, a guy could go me and drive it around and it'd go.
Yeah.
You see how you steer? You just push with your feet up there.
Oh, okay. Oh yeah. It's just front end steering.
And I think you that's the throttle.
That's cool.
And I think you like cut it out there and it's restarted there because you want to glide while you're in the air.
Oh yeah.
Could you imagine that? Turn your engine off while you're up there?
That'd be so cool. What's this here?
That's how you start it.
Oh, that's your start.
I think it like starts here and there if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, it's a pull and electric.
It's both?
Is it?
So if it don't work here, you're gonna be going like this as fast as you can, buddy. And as you can see, you couldn't even see these dings hardly before. You dinged it while we were gone! And of course he didn't. You don't see those things as much when it's like a little bit faded more. Well, that's the deal. You've seen what it's doing. You can go down below here too. I'll give you that a close-up. And we're gonna go ahead and do the whole car, and we'll kind of zone back in on it, and show you some more of it. What more? I don't know. But this car is gonna look good when it's done. Oh, there we go. And, you know, honestly, people could go a lot more on it. I'm going to turn this off and deal with some people that are here, and we'll clip some more in later. All right, oneownercarguy.com. And we've got half the car filmed here. Half the car filmed, well, sort of. We got half of it buffed. How's that? I'm going to get up close and show you. That's what she said. And you can see that line right there. And we're going to push it out in the sun also here in a second, because that awning is kind of throwing off the whole look. How about that? That's not really, you can tell. Faded. Not faded. Going down this side, just nice as it gets. I will look really, really strong here, but I'm not. There's two other people pushing. So there's actually three of us pushing, so that's good. I could have just been like, yeah, I can push these cars with just pushing on the door. Yep, because I'm a baller, shot caller. E-class blades. on my 300D Impala. Whoop, whoop, stuff like that. Well, that's how it looks. And you can see, like I said, we're going to be stuck with that and a teeny bit of it over here and over here. But you can plainly see, faded, not faded. You're going to want to check out the main review of this when we're done. And look at this. You can see how bad that is and how dry. And then you can look back here at what we've done. And you can see we've actually touched it a little with the wax because we're doing this in a different fashion. But right there you can see dry, not dry. You know? How about this? Ooh, buddy. Now that's the difference on that black rubber piece there. Amazing. One owner car guy, oneownercarguy.com. That's the car. Thanks for watching. We'll talk to you. I'm going to clip more in. I don't know if it's here, there, or otherwhere, but you'll find it somewhere. Hey, that was pretty cool. One owner car guy, oneownercarguy.com, and I'm back here with the ending of the engine detail. And we've done all our scrubbing, put everything on it, scrubbed and scrubbed and scrubbed away. And this is what we've got here. I'm going to show you up close on everything. And from the before, you can tell this is just nice as it gets. Now look at that, a roll of duct tape or black electrical tape. Not cool. And that's cool to come across things like this while doing a how-to video rather than while I'm doing the actual video of the car here in about 5 minutes. So that's the deal. This is how our engine came out and was detailed, and it's in great shape. It's a great car, and as you can tell under here, it's just clean as can be, even that piece there. And I've got some stuff we spray on them to kind of make the rubber and vinyl parts look a little better. Look at this though, even the insulation on there is just beautiful. Well, that's that. One owner car guy, oneownercarguy.com, and that's the ending to the engine detail. Hopefully I'll pop some more links up in here to claying and buffing and washing and all kinds of other cool stuff. Oneownercarguy.com. Lots of cool classic Euro muscle unique stuff. Got that Jaguar coming up. Got the Cadillac on my site already. Got the Avante 2 over there. Ooh, buddy. And this 300D. Well, that is one clean motor. That's all there is to say about it. Thanks for watching. oneownercarguy.com. Check it out on there. Check out my other videos. Like, comment, subscribe, share, all that good stuff. I really appreciate it. Thanks for watching. One owner car guy, oneownercarguy.com, and this is it. This is the detail at the ending. I just did the video when I walked around and did the whole interior, exterior, and all that. And now I'll go ahead and show you the car. I'm sure you've seen part of the details. If not, well, this is the end. This is the end of the video, so you had to have. I'll put some links in here, like pop, maybe a link to this video to where you can see the full review of this car when I go over it. This is the result we got from our detailing, and it turned out awfully good. And in that other video, you'll be able to see it in the daytime and the nighttime, the whole deal. This car looks amazing. And you know, looks amazing. You're dealing with what you're dealing with here. You don't have a freshly painted 2013 Mercedes. It's just a little dirty. You got a faded old car that has dryer open to the element type paint or surface or clear on it. It's a little hard to make that good. And it takes putting a little bit of extra product and a little bit of extra elbow grease and getting down and sloshing the stuff around and getting dirty. And if you do it though, this is what you get. And it looks nice. You might even get a better outcome. It depends. A neat thing about this is I ain't doing someone's work to where I ain't got to please them. This is just, I try and please me, and I try and have a very high standard for that. And basically, I'm pleased. This looks great. And there ain't getting no better than what you can get on it because it's old paint. So, hope you enjoy the detail and stuff. Here's another link, boom, to like a Centurion, and boom, to like another W123, and I hear my dog barking, and I'm taking off. So thanks for watching. Have a great day or night, whatever it is, wherever you are. If you're interested in this car, call me up. Check out my site, oneownercarguy.com.